Big NASCAR episode. I am obviously your host, the Staffel Chad the Roach, with the Master James Sullivan.
What's happening, motherfuckers?
Today is championship week. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot to do. That's why we got the title. You know what that means. It's fucking championship time. Time to win some gold. But we got a special guest today too. Well, not special, but someone that's also been on here before. But he's back and he's ready to talk some racing with us. But before that, I'd like to talk about Needless to Say podcast that me and you just listen to them.
Right.
They listen to us. They're fucking hilarious. The
They're
last
a good
one.
bunch of guys.
Yep.
Thanks for giving us a shout out.
We appreciate it. They're really funny. Check out all their content. They're all over everywhere on social media podcasts. Definitely check them out. They're hilarious. Their last one going to Comic-Con was awesome, hilarious. They're down-to-earth guys. Can't wait to start working with you guys. But all right, man.
Hey, we had a hell of a weekend of racing at fucking Phoenix.
We did.
Really did. I mean, all three races. As soon as the green flag dropped, they were like fan out. I mean, it was insane.
Phoenix was actually a good race for the Xfinity and the
trucks. The trucks had a hell of a race. we couldn't have been happier with the trucks and the Xfinity.
Both series were really good. Both of them really fast action, fast pace, and
right.
Good racing.
It was really good fucking racing. God.
Stuart Friesen won to get himself in the championship 4. That was great for him. Who won at Justin Allgaier gets his way into the Channel 4, so that's exciting. We're excited about that. I am personally because I get to see a junior motorsports car in there.
Right.
You know me and I
well,
love
you
Grindr.
picked fucking Friesen.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did pick Friesen. I did say he was good. All right.
Yep. We both picked number 4.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. We both picked that.
He was my number 1 pick. It was the 4 car to win the whole thing.
Harvick?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got Denny Hamlin to win the whole thing this year.
Yeah.
So,
I'm still with
you know what? Well, we're gonna get into that, but let's bring our guest in right now. What do you think?
I think we should.
Brendan, come on in, buddy.
Ladies,
He's back again.
what's going on, guys? How are you?
Driving in the
Good.
Sportsman Series, the number 71. Of course, you remember him. And we're going to talk about him and what his future plans are. But what do you think about what's going on?
It's been a hectic year, that's for sure.
Absolutely, dude. You know that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been up and down all across all 3 series. I mean, absolutely up and down.
And I know you've been talking about how much you love short track racing. What do you think about the short track racing, or just racing in general this year?
I mean, like I said, it's always hectic. It's nice. I mean, you love it, you got to do it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I like the fact that there's more shorter tracks in the schedule than there was previously, and especially the short tracks being in the playoffs.
Oh, Martinsville was a huge turnaround. Martinsville
Right.
changed everything. You know, and Phoenix next year is going to be the championship final.
Right,
So,
and that's almost like a short track because it's flat.
Oh, yes. Absolutely, and that's where you get that from. You get those flat tracks, and it creates good racing, especially,
It does. It absolutely does.
And then it's either that or you get the high banking tracks like Bristol, and another good banking track like Martinsville. I'm sorry, not Martinsville, Richmond.
Right.
So you got a lot of those tracks that are in there that's just fun beating and banging with a little bit of banking. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
What would be a dream track for you to race at? If you had to pick one short local racetrack to do, what would it be?
Honestly, I don't know. I'd actually like to try them all. Honestly.
Wouldn't we all?
Not just short track, but I'd like to try like big tracks, like no restrictor plate races like Daytona and stuff like that. I'd love to try Daytona.
Oh, dude. Oh, that'd be great, man.
You can read a magazine going down the backstretch. You know what I mean? Something like that. Speed is what I like.
I would love to be. I want to know what it feels like to be in a pack.
Pocono. I mean, 3 hectic turns and then wow!
I want to know what it feels like to be in a pack. I would love to know what it feels like to be in a pack at Daytona Talladega, being in the middle. I'm sorry, you know it's scary. I would love to know what it's like to have cars all around me. God, I don't know who the fuck is behind me, just banging my fucking rear end. I'm going like this, going 3 wide. It's like gridlock traffic. You're on 495 Mass Pike, gridlock traffic, but you're doing it at 200 miles per hour. And all you're hoping is that everybody around you is just minding their P's and Q's and praying that someone doesn't fuck up. That's all it takes.
At that same time, I mean, you are doing 200 miles an hour, but at the same time, when you're doing 200 miles an hour, it also feels like you're doing 20 miles.
Exactly, because you're doing it together. Yes.
Everybody else is side by side with you. It ain't like somebody just blowing past you at 200. You guys are literally side by side, bouncing off each other. You know what I mean?
They get used to it.
Yeah, but
the guys at that level, they've gotten used to it. It's like second nature to half of these guys.
I'll tell you what does
big
remind
pack
them.
like that. I mean, they're concentrating. They're doing their best because they are flat out, but they're used to it.
Yeah, until they get hung out to dry, and then they go, oh shit, I was going that fast, and then just see a line of cars go bumping, banging into each other.
You don't know how fast you're going until you're a little sideways, and then it all comes into play.
Yes,
oh,
it
yep.
does.
And then all of a sudden you got, what, 40, 30, 20 cars behind you going, oh, fuck.
Right.
And you got the smoke cloud, you got the Days of Thunder smoke in front of you, and what are you going to do? That's how I would love to race. I love to be like in the big packs, and
Right.
I mean, I love to be in the big one. I wouldn't mind that.
Especially the way the cars are put together now. I'm surprised there's not more of it because the tracks are safer, the cars are safer. I mean, the Hans device, everything they got going on
But that goes
now.
to driver control, though.
And we talked about that earlier in the season about driver control. I mean, these guys are so fucking good that they are hanging it out every single lap, yet they don't wreck.
Even though you're a racer, you know how it takes to get around those turns. Do you think that you could take those guys that you race with and put them in the cup car like you and go to Daytona? You think you could do the same thing that they could do, or are they just that good?
I mean, the cars are phenomenal. The
Right.
cars are definitely phenomenal. It definitely takes talent. Could I or would I?
You would. I know you would.
Absolutely.
Could you see
100%.
yourself up there though against Kyle and and Denny and Jimmy just looking to your side and go, oh shit, this is the 48 man, and then this is the 18 and
Maybe not right off the bat, but I would definitely hop in the cars, no problem. And like I said,
Fear is not a contributing factor with you.
Ask time is everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Seat time. You gotta have seat time. If you don't have seat time, then
And that's what it is, though. That's what it comes down to. But the other thing is, you could be a phenomenal driver. I think you could be the best driver there is. But if you're in fucking shit equipment,
Right?
what are you gonna do?
That's another thing. I was going to mention that.
What are you gonna
need
do?
the equipment. You need a team.
yep.
It can't be. It's never just the
You
driver,
could have the best car, but having no team.
right? If you don't got somebody to do that 12-second, 4-tire gas and go, I mean, it's not going to friggin' work.
Right, and then also I believe it goes back to this: sponsorship, your name, and knowing somebody.
Right? Hey,
You need those three things in NASCAR. Oh, hey, people have asked me, what do I do to get in NASCAR? I'm like, what's your last name? Who do you know? And how much money do you have? And who can sponsor you?
That's pretty much the first thing. How big's your wallet?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then people looking like, what do you mean?
How do you
Like,
make it-
this isn't buy football pads and you can use them week to week. You wreck something, dude. That's $100+ money out of the dedication, time in the garage.
Right.
He could tell you how many times and hours he spent putting it away. Could have done with his family and stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know he was dedicated to that car, and that's dedication. You need it in NASCAR. This isn't just fucking go practice and have fun. This is literally your life and situation.
the
and
cream
make sure it's
of the
right.
crop. These guys have sacrificed so much to become the drivers that they are at this level. And I'm not just talking about they're sacrificing this, that, and that. They sacrifice family. They sacrifice so much in order to get to where they are.
And can we talk about the off season? 2 fucking months. That's it.
Yeah, that's all they get. 2 months off.
This isn't Super Bowl ends in February and the season starts in August. All right, no, it ends in November and starts in February. That's not a lot of time with your family, especially since it's winter time. You know what I mean? And most of the guys are out there at the Snowball Derby and at the local tracks trying to do the opponent things. Kyle Larson, guys like that. Casey Kane was one of those guys. Anytime
Right.
off season, they'll race anything. Kyle Busch is the same way.
They're also at short track racing, trying to find the best drivers that they can.
Oh, they're scouting too.
Opponent, right?
Absolutely, they are. They're trying to pick out the kid. Oh, look at this kid. Christopher Bell ain't gonna get found without Kyle Busch racing against him and saying, "Hey, someone put him in a car."
Right?
Correct? You know what I mean? For someone to look at him, they need to be racing with him and understand, like, hey, someone put him in a car. Someone come on, but he needs a big name to say it. He needs a big sponsor to say it, and that's holds back to great drivers like him.
Absolutely.
Because of those things. But it's a vicious circle. This isn't, your talent doesn't bring you. Yeah, you can run and catch in football and get big. No, but he could be like, look at Ross Chastain. Great
Right.
driver. He was in shit equipment. The one chance he got in a great equipment, he won a race.
Right.
It shows you, dude. You ain't shit without equipment.
Yep.
You get a good car with a decent team, and you got a lot of talent. You got a shot.
For you as a kid, or for you now growing up, what was a team that you always admired and just wanted? I mean, I'm talking about a good team that you were like, oh, I would love to drive for them. Like a dream team.
I really liked what's Earnhardt's team there?
Richard Childress Racing?
Childress, yep.
Or DDI, whatever one.
No, Childress Racing.
Childress?
100%, yeah.
Yeah, when I was growing up, it would have been Childress.
Growing up, I would say Robert Yates. As a kid, Robert Yates Racing is where I wanted to go. Of course, now I'm older, I would say Hendrick. You know what I mean? That's just, you know.
They've been around for forever, and that's back when you didn't need money to race, you need talent. Real talent. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody, racing, it's all about money too, but it was back in the day, it was more about how much talent you had.
And the cars cost half as much as they do
now.
now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And they were handmade.
And
cars.
the story how RCR got created was very interesting.
I mean, hell,
it was the start with Junior Johnson and Richard and RCR. Richard Childress sitting down, going, "Hey, I don't want to drive anymore." So who does Junior Johnson talk to? Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets them in a meeting and says, "Hey, we're going to take him out of the car." Earnhardt, sorry. The junior part's so used to. I've been saying it for the last 12 years now. So Earnhardt, he goes, "Hey, they say Earnhardt, you're going to take him out of the car, put you in the car." He didn't want that at first because he wanted to drive for Junior, but Darrell Waltrip was his driver. Them two ain't going to get along after what happened in Richmond a couple weeks ago before all that. So finally they shook hands and said, "Let's go out there and kick his ass," and next thing you know, the Black 3 was born.
Yeah, and we got one sitting right there. And we got the 29 sitting behind it.
And that car right there was the year, that same car was the car that he drove after Earnhardt died in the Daytona 500. That's the reason why it's white in 29, not black in 3.
Right.
That's
absolutely. As tragic as it is, that's just a history of what's happened.
And then the way that Harvick won that first race against Jeff Gordon at the line at Atlanta, 4 races after he died.
Yeah.
Amazing. That was, I think we all should cheers to Mr. Earnhardt himself.
Absolutely.
To the 3. Alright, now let's get into some fucking real shit here. Championship motherfucking weekend with the real boys. What do we got? What are we looking for? It's Homestead Miami. It's a big track, wide track. Guys, going to be Kyle Larson. Going to be right against the wall. There's going to be Collins.
This hasn't been all year.
Oh, I call it. He's going to be right against the wall. I guess he's going to be right on the bottom of the whole race. Kevin Harvick. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick always runs the bottom. But then again, nobody else does it as good.
No one does it as good as him. He knows how to run that bottom better than anybody else.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now, with the momentum of the 11, watch out for him. And Kyle Busch is Kyle Busch.
Right.
So.
And you don't ever count out the 19.
And you can never count out Truex and the fire he's been on.
Jesus Christ.
This is actually
the guy has got so much talent, and he's in such a good car with such a good team. But the thing is, he's got 2 other teammates out there with him. I think they're gonna mind fuck each other more than they fuck with Harvick.
Harvick's under the radar. He's quiet. Everyone's talking about Gibbs, which I
call.
He
has been under the radar.
He has been.
Yeah,
he has been quiet, and I said, watch, he's gonna dominate Texas like he has the last 3 years. Did it. Won quietly. No one even mentioned in that race. He was just quiet and was just right there at the end. That's what he's literally called "Where Did He Come From" for a reason.
Right. I mean, he dominated Phoenix. I mean, absolutely fucking dominated. He was on Strath's car all day.
What, Phoenix?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even when he got caught back in the pack, he was still faster than everybody else.
No, you're talking about Texas. The best car at Phoenix was Denny Hamlin, and we saw that. He put more than half the field a lap down and was gone that day. That was Denny Hamlin's. Texas? No, that was. There we go, yep.
That mind fucked me right.
How you got me.
Right. Anyways, he was fucking quiet then. Even, he finished 4th? 5th?
Yeah, and not only that, you look at those 3, who's got the most fucking experience of being in that situation? Harvick. And I will say Kyle Busch is getting there, and even the last couple of years, so is in Truex.
I don't think anybody's been in a situation where you got 3 fucking team cars.
Did I almost say that all 4 of them were going to make it before? I said all 4 have a possible chance of making it. I was close, but Eric Jones fucking sucks, so obviously he didn't make it.
Yeah, Eric Front Bumper Jones. The sound of the puke hitting the pavement.
Yeah, he sucks. I fucking hate him. Him and Logano, they both suck. Can't stand either of them at this point. Kyle Busch is starting to be a little puss bag too on my list. As much as I've defended his driving all fucking year,
I'll still defend his driving. He's a man.
He's a driver. He's got talent.
Oh, he's got talent. He's got more than talent.
He's just a crybaby bitch.
He's like a Rowdy Burns slash Jeff Gordon slash Earnhardt all mixed together.
It's just that he's got more car control than anybody I've ever seen. But every single time he opens his mouth, it's just like, it's like daggers in my ears, and I just want to strangle him.
He's the only guy I know that can be leading a race and still bitch about his car. It's not right. Well, you're fucking leading the race. What are you bitching about?
Right?
Really? You can't get any better than that? You're fucking lapping everybody. Oh, the car's not right. And then he hits somebody. It's no good. It's trash. Pulling it in, putting it in the fucking garage, and it seems like, what the fuck, dude? You just You bumped somebody. Like, you know? Another guy that I've got to talk about him, another guy that had a disappointing race on Sunday was Jimmy Johnson. Yeah. Looks like, I got to talk about him, obviously my favorite, everyone knows that, and looks like he's not going to win this year. I'm calling it right now, we're probably going to not do good at Homestead. He has never done, except for that one magical miracle in 2016 when he won the championship in the race at the same time. That's because Carl Edwards and Logano got into it on that restart. That didn't happen. I wouldn't be talking about 7-time champs. So that's how I feel about that. The other thing is also you look back at this racetrack. It's the last 4 or 5 years. It's been the winner and the championship at the same time. It hasn't been even finishing second or third back in the East. I always thought when I was a kid, like, I wonder what happens if the champion guy won the race and the championship. Well, I've seen that the last 5 years now. Like, so.
Hey, the cream rises to the top. The best of the best are gonna be up front. And we got 4 of them there, and these are all phenomenal drivers with phenomenal teams, and they're gonna have phenomenal cars come Sunday. So, of course, there's gonna be one of them up front.
You know what we haven't seen yet? What if they all just wreck? What if they all just wreck?
There's a possibility, man.
It is in the realm of racing. All 4 of them.
Now my question is
the question is which one wrecks last?
Well, that's the thing. Now my thing is if they all wreck at the same time, will NASCAR put a rule going? All right, you 4 can try to work on your car in the garage and see if you guys can get it back out there. Because remember, the rule is you cannot go behind the garage. You have a 5-minute rule to get your car up to speed, and that's it. Now, if you have all 4 guys wreck at the same time, that's not good for the sport to see fucking none of them. So you know what you're better off doing? All right, guys. We're not putting that in. You can work on the fucking car behind the garage, see if you guys can get back out there and run laps.
Right.
That's the only thing I would say is logical. You can't have all sorry, all 4 guys are on. Sorry, guys. Yep, he's your champion on lap 4.
No.
Can't do that. Because then that
would kill, like, any first-time fan that's watching the race, like, first time.
To see a championship battle.
And they want to see some kind of battle, and even if it's the crews going at it in the garage to get the car out. That's drama right there. You're gonna have 4 cameras on 4 different garages seeing who can get the car back out on the track first.
That'd be cool.
That would actually be fucking something I'd watch and be like, holy shit.
Pretty aggravating to the crew, though. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, but that's
when you're on a time crunch, man, and you have people coming over and asking you questions and this and that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the one thing I don't like NASCAR's doing right now. Is you got 5 minutes to fix your car if you can't. Dude, I like it when they went in the garage area and put the fucking bare bond and fucking front ends, dude, bring it just. Get back out there, because you know how many times back in the day I saved Jimmy Johnson from a fucking championship and getting back on the track and going around once and getting those 5 spots because there was a wreck 2 laps after his.
I like what NASCAR did with not putting little tiny pieces on here and there, because I don't know how many times
that shit does fly off.
Flies off in the debris flag late in the race. It's like, you know what? That's fucking bullshit. That's why they had that rule.
Actually, speaking of bullshit, I want to talk about that little thing that we saw at Phoenix. Come with 10 laps to go, and those 2 teammates two teammates just so happened to hit the wall at the same time to bring out the caution, because David Ragan hit the wall. And they're like, oh, it's going to be a caution, and he never caution came out. His fucking teammate, 5 seconds later, hits the wall, and then goes in the caution comes out. How are you going to tell me 2 teammates to do it at the same time? That is a little fucking fucked.
I didn't even see why.
They never said why. They never showed a replay.
They never showed a replay. I'm like, come on, NASCAR. I mean, I get it. You want the fucking drama. But you know what? That's bullshit. I call conspiracy theory. That's the way it is. Are you going to
have one teammate just so happen to do a thing, and then another teammate, that didn't work, just so happens hits the wall too, then the caution comes out? Who the fuck was on their radio, NASCAR? Once again, you're fucking shit up. Come on. I'm sorry. I have to say it. I love NASCAR to death, but dude, that was just. We both saw it. We go, oh, look at that. I go, oh, is his teammate hit the wall too? I'm like.
Right? I mean, I call bullshit as soon as I saw that. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. Let me see the replay. No replay.
No replay.
No explanation whatsoever. It wasn't debris. It wasn't this or that. They didn't even say that he hit the wall. All they did was throw the fucking yellow and start talking about Denny Hamlin.
We have to
I'm calling Idiot of the Week award goes to NASCAR. Way to go, idiots.
Politics, buddy.
And I will say the heartbreak of that race was Chase Elliott.
That wasn't a heartbreak.
Dude.
That was fucking
He was the only one. Only one.
Wait.
He was the only one that was able to go against Denny Hamlin all day. And me and him were sitting there going, dude, look at his car. And all of a sudden, wham! Just in the wall, just like that. No explanation.
Tire down.
I thought the tire came off.
No, it's tire. It's tire.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was watching it, I'm like, holy fuck, dude, there's no back tire. It's just gone.
I mean, there was a bunch of fucking wrecks early in that race.
Yeah, there was a bunch of bullshit crashes.
There she is, Tricia Spadoni, our savior, coming in here with a couple of shots for
come in or
us.
not?
Yes, you're more welcome to.
Why does it smell like SpaghettiOs in here?
I don't know why it smells like that.
Thank you, Trish, for our shots.
Welcome.
Beer and burps.
Let's have another salute to us, and let's have a salute to this guy right here for being an awesome freaking host tonight. Alright, so we talked about everything. Now let's talk about this guy. What's the future? What's going on? Will we see you on the track next year? Will you be there? What's going on?
Well, she's in the garage right now, sleeping. Going
Yeah.
apart. The last race was anything but spectacular.
Don't even tell me. You wrecked?
Yeah, we had a wreck. We got involved in a wreck, and then I proceeded to get booted out of Thompson Speedway.
Oh,
So this is what you wanted to talk to me about. Because you and the Ryan
Yeah.
were very upset about that. Do you know what? Get it out, man. Tell me how you feel. This is what you're here for.
Yeah, you know,
Tell us the story. What happened?
it's all politics and racing, like I was saying before. It's Ryan. You know, there's another person that we race with who I won't even mention his name because he's just a fucking cocksucker. But he sponsors the track of Thompson Speedway. Critical Signs, Victory Lane. Anyways, there's some issues back and forth with those guys, and so you know we had the World Series weekend.
Yes, and how'd that go?
You know, it was all right. I mean, until Friday practice was good. You know, everything. The car was actually running really good. We had the car going good. We were running some good lap times.
It's going on fucking here right there, dude.
We've been spending some time in the garage and figuring out the car a little bit more, and trying to light a fire up under my own ball sack to get the car going better.
I get it, and it's all yes.
So we came to Saturday, where we had our heat races to the places for the
that's how it
feature.
is.
You know. Once again, the car was phenomenal. We ran a night
heat?
race. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was.
How was that, man? That's pretty cool.
It's great. It's awesome, honestly.
Man, I saw a race under the lights. This guy actually drove under the lights, which probably I can't even explain how cool that probably is.
Honestly, I told you guys before that's the best time. I think personally where my car goes. My car goes really good at night races.
Nice slick track at night, nice cool temperatures, and just fucking slick around it. Exactly.
There's definitely
got it.
You know, and I started. Let's see, there was 3 heats.
What did you do in each heat?
We started. I ran 1 heat because that's how many cars there were.
Oh, so you needed 3 heats to get the. Okay, got you. Okay.
So we started. I started. It was 13. I started last. They made me start last. My times were good, but there was some issues somewhere along the line, and they made me start last. So we started last, and
NASCAR guy getting in the way.
yeah. So we actually finished 4th from 13th, and the car was fucking phenomenal, man. Honestly, if I had a couple more laps, I would have been a top 3 car. Which it placed us to start 14th. No, excuse me, 12th in the feature, and out of 36 or 37 cars.
nice.
Which
Dude, that's not bad.
was huge race,
That's fucking pat on the back for you,
Yeah.
for sure, man.
So-
yeah, 2.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
man.
no.
I'll drink to that, man. That's awesome to hear,
Yeah.
dude.
So, in my heat race went awesome. Ryan's heat race, two laps in, him and 55 had some issues, and the 55 drove him like a nigger, and ended up almost putting Ryan into the fence. they disqualified Ryan, and they actually they black flagged both of them. Lifted the black flag off the 55 and kept the black flag on the 24. Made him leave and let him finish the race. Would you know that he sponsors the racetrack?
You can't. Once a black flag is drawn, and once your number is displayed on that board as a black flag, you cannot take that away. That's a NASCAR fucking rule right there.
On the board.
Not on that track.
No, that's illegal.
On the board was
that's
not
illegal.
That track.
That's illegal.
Not at that track.
Well, I'm mad about that because that's illegal. Once your number is on that black flag board, you are not allowed to have it off until you commit your penalty.
Exactly.
NASCAR has to confirm that that you're up there. Oh wow, I'm actually pretty fired up now.
It was pretty bad, and so they told the 24 to. They told the 24
you seem like you need one right now.
To pack your shit and get the fuck out. So Ryan packed his shit and he got the fuck out. So overnight, they had actually made a couple phone calls, and our tech director, who is a great guy, tried really hard for Ryan to come back, and they made some phone calls, this and that, and I believe they didn't let him come back to finish the race to race for Sunday for the feature, and it was pretty bad. So
that's really. I'm sorry to hear that. Dude.
Yeah,
that's really bad.
Yeah, so I loaded him up, and I think he came back and watched the race in the stands. So getting back to it, we were supposed to start 12th. So meanwhile, I was supposed to start behind the 55. Now, a lot of rumors and everything else were going around, and people are talking a bunch of shit, and they ended up getting their own way because we went out, we were lined up in line and getting ready to go back to go out.
Yeah, but you had nothing to do with what happened.
I had nothing to do with it. No, I had nothing to do with it.
Because you're associated.
I'm associated, and I'm a part of the team. And I'm a piece of shit.
What are we, fucking high school?
Oh, that's how the track runs, buddy. Let me tell you.
Yeah. All right, but I get you, Nat.
Anyways,
how'd you do?
So we were about to go out and get going, and they actually put me to the back.
No, that sucks.
They put me to the back, so we were doing our warm-up laps, our tire warm-up laps, and I got called over to the fence. They pulled me over to the fence, and I'm like, "What's up?" And one of one of the official guys was like, "What's up with your tires?" Well, this is all I could afford for the time. Well, those tires are illegal. Okay, so you're telling me something that I don't know. But yes, my tires are illegal. So anyways, they made me start in the back. So we started back, and within the first 5 laps, we went from like 37th to like 22nd. There was a caution. After that caution, we gained another 7 laps, and then we were involved in a wreck. Yeah, unfortunately I drove over the 13's door, and shit happened. We ended up hitting the fence, and because some people can't drive. So long story short, I was mad that I hit the fence and that they made me start in the back, so I just blew the tires off the car right up against the wall. Did a nice big burnout down the front stretch, smashed the car off the wall and blew the tires off the back of it, and they said 71. Load it up, go home. Yeah. So that was the end to my season with a smashed up car and burnt off tires.
Well, we're going to go through our picks real quick.
Alright, the picks this week for, in general?
Truck Series.
Truck Series.
Give me 2
Ross Chastain wins, and him and Ross Chastain, and
I'm going with Ross Chastain for the championship.
Ross Chastain wins the championship, he wins the race, and Brett Moffitt comes close second.
Xfinity.
Christopher Bell wins the championship, close second is Chase Briscoe.
Cole Cuss.
Good pick.
For the Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, for the Cup, hands down, no question in my mind, the man that's going to win the race and win the championship, the number 11 car of Denny Hamlin. Denny, let's go. He's going with Harvick. All right, guys, thank you all once again for another show. Thank you. Once again for having us here, man.
Absolutely.
And that's bullshit what happened, dude. Everyone, let's have a good one.